Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So, I hope you are doing well. So, today we will discuss. Yeah. So, today we will discuss about automating testing with intelligent DIY strategies for success. Here, I am Sonia from Automation Competency. So, let's start. Before start, we should follow the etiquettes. Punctuality. Join the session before 5 minutes so that session can start on the time. And feedback, make sure to submit a constructive feedback for all sessions, so it will be very helpful for the presenter. And keep your mobile devices in silent mode. Feel free to move out of session in case you have to attend an urgent call. Last and most important etiquette is about disturbance during the session. Today we will discuss about these topics, defining your testing objectives and scopes, choosing right tools, how to leverage AI and machine learning, design for usability and easy maintenance of automation intelligence, and utilization of data management, leverage testing analytics and insightful evolution, embrace behavior driven deployment, BDD. And we will discuss these topics one by one in today's session. So let's start. So automation testing is automation testing intelligence refers to the use of advanced technology like AI, machine learning, analytics, and smart framework to enhance the efficiency and effective and accuracy of automation testing. As we know, in today's fast-paced software development world, automation testing is very important, and it comes from your and the real power of automation comes from using a smart strategy that makes testing process more effective. So automation testing with intelligent DIY strategy for success is a complete guide to applying these advantages techniques in our testing framework and in our testing project. So this guide will cover important topics like generating smart test cases, using AI and machine learning, and adapting behavior uh, driven development like BDD. So today we will learn how to create flexible and easy to maintain test script, use visual testing tools, and achieve thorough test coverage. By adopting these intelligent automation strategy, we can improve our testing efforts and encourage teamwork and lead to better software product and projects. Whether we are just starting with the test automation or want to improve our current methods, so this guide provides mm, practical tips and example to help us succeed. And it also integrate advanced techniques, leverage AI, and optimize our testing framework to streamline our efforts, increase accuracy, and achieve better results. Whether we are new to automate or looking to refine our existing practices, so these strategies will enable us to maximize the benefit of intelligent test automation. So let's dive into the future of the testing through smart automation testing with the high quality software. Defining testing objectives and scope. So determining the types of testing for your projects. So we have to choose the right type of testing. So it is very important if we are choosing the right testing, right type of testing. So it would be helpful for us uh, to it would be helpful for us to ensure and succeed the software projects. And there are many several UI testing testing types like UI testing, integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing, performance testing, and security testing. So let's discuss one by one these testings. So UI testing validate the user interface to ensure it meets design specifications and is user friendly. So it automate UI test to check for layout, functionality, and user interactions. And with the help of the UI testing, uh, we uh, we can reduce the manual efforts, and it ensure consistency across different browsers and devices. So in a UI testing, we can use different types of tools like Selenium, Cafe, Pepperty. So these types of tools we can use to automate the UI testing. Integration testing. So in integration testing, evaluates how components work together. Uh, in a in a integration testing, it ensures that different components or system interacts together, and and interact between integrated systems and modules. So system testing validates the entire application against requirements. So uh, uh, as we know, system testing is essential for validating the complete functionality of an application. So, by integrating intelligent automation strategies such as smart test cases generation, risk-based testing, and BDD testing, and visual testing teams can enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of their testing process. Acceptance testing ensure the software meets business needs and it's ready for release. Performance testing measure responsiveness, stability, and scalability. Security testing, it identifies the security and vulnerabilities. Hence, choosing the right test is helps focus our strategies and ensure we are coverage and ensure we are coverage and quality assertion. Steps to define objectives. There are several objectives. So we should understand the objectives to start automate the new project. So we have to understand the objectives, what objectives we have to follow. So first of all, we have to understand the requirements. So means gather the information from the stakeholders to understand what needs to be tested and automates. After that, we have to analyze the test coverage, determine which tests are repetitive and time consuming. So when we analyze these two things, repetitive and time consuming test, so it would be better for us to automate the test cases. Evaluate impacting. So access how automation will impact the testing process, including resource allocations and timeline. After evaluating impact, we have to select the tools which tool we have to use in our automation testing. So you have to choose appropriate tools based on the objectives and test types. So if you are testing like performance testing, so which type of tool you have to use in performance testing? Like Postman is the tool of Gatling, and K6 is the tool of the performance testing. And if you are testing API testing, so you have to choose the Postman and Wes Assured tools. These types of tools you have to use according to the types of testing. And we after that we have to set the matrices, define success matrices to measure the effectiveness of automations, like reduce test execution times and increase test coverage. By clearly defining our these objectives, we can use our automation strategies to meet specific needs and ensure that we can achieve the desired improvements in our testing process. Choosing right tool, right? So how you will decide you are choosing the right tool based on the test types and technology stacks. So uh, we should understand the specific needs of our project, including type of test, means means which type of testing you are using, like functional testing, performance testing, and security testing. So based on these testing, we have to choose the tools. And if you are if you are using functional testing, so verifies that the application functions are as expected. If you are using performance testing, so access how the application perform under various conditions. And same with UI testing, API testing, and security testing. So, and some popular tools like Selenium, JUnit, TestNG, Apply tools, and testing. So, Apply tool and testing both the tools are support AI, and both these two tools are we can say it's a AI support tool. So, we will discuss one by one these popular tools. So Selenium, it supports web application testing and multiple browser and programming languages like Java, C Sharp, Python. So these type of testing supported by Selenium. And it also it also supports uh, it also supports cross browser testing, and UI testing, JUnit testing, and TestNG testing. So it supports unit testing for Java applications. And and limited to Java may require additional tools for non-Java environments. And TestNG tools, and this tools test framework for Java similar to JUnit but with more features. It also support TestNG. It also supports parallel execution, data-driven testing, and flexible test configurations. As I told you, API tools and Testim both are the AI tools. So Testim is AI driven end-to-end testing tools, and it uses AI to create and maintain test cases and support dynamic elements across browser and cross browser testing. Apply tool, it supports visual testing monitor, and it also integrate with existing test frameworks. CI/CD integration ensure the testing tools integrate with your CI/CD pipeline like Jenkins, GitLab, and GitHub, Azure. So we have to we make sure the CI/CD integration supports these CI/CD tools, and it automates the testing process and ensure continuously testing during deployment cycles and provide quick feedback. And it also check for plugins and built-in integrations and ensure smooth data transfer between the uh, tools. Uh, and version control integration. So control integration to integrate with version control like git svn for test management and tracking, uh, and tracking uh, and it links test cases with code changes, ensure test coverage aligns with the code updates. Bug tracking integration, integrate with tracking systems like Jiva, Bugzilla for tracking defects and test results. Test management integration, same to integrate with the test management tools like TestRail and QTest for organizing and managing the test cases. So we can write our test cases in TestRail, and we can easily maintain our test case in TestRail too. So, consideration for tool selection, scalability. So, ensure the tools can handle your project size and complexity, especially uh, if you expect growth. So, and usability, evaluate the learning curve and easy of use. Support of the community, consider tools with a strong community supports and available resource for troubleshooting and learning. How to leverage AI and machine learning. So what is the smart test case generation and how visual testing help these? So let's discuss. So leverage AI machine language in software testing can significant enhance efficiency and accuracy. Here is a more detailed. We will look how AI and ML can applied to smart test cases generation and visual testing. So understand AI powered test case generation. So first of AI powered test generation, we have to recognize the patterns. So pattern recognition with the help of the AI powered test cases generation. So AI can analysis application uses patterns and code changes to predict which areas of application are most likely to be affected by recent updates. So this help us focus testing efforts on the most critical parts of the applications. And historical data analysis by historical test cases and results, AI can identify which test cases have been most effective and generate new test cases that are more likely to uncover potential issues. Behavior in insights. So AI can simulate user interactions and generate test cases that mimic real world uses scenarios and ensure that tests are representative of actual user behavior. Uh, co- Techniques and tools. code analysis and uses patterns. So code analysis and uses patterns. So in a AI tool can analysis code changes to generate uh, relevant test cases. For example, if a new feature is added in your in website or in your project, so AI can identify which part of the code are affected and create corresponding test cases automatically. And and uses patterns like machine learning algorithms can track user interactions and generate test cases based on the common uses patterns. Automate test design tools. So tools like testim functional tools like testim and apply tools test management use AI to design and adapt test cases dynamic as the application involves. Benefits. So, what is the benefits if we are using AI powered test case generation with the help of the patterns recognitions and historical data analysis and behavior insights? So, what is the benefits of the this? So, AI can help create a more comprehensive set of test cases and covered a wider range of scenarios than manual written tests. Uh, it also generate test cases to save the time and reduce manual efforts, which allow testers to focus on more complex testing tasks. How visual testing helps. So, understanding AI powered visual testing. So, we will understand what is the visual testing. So, tools like Apply tools use AI to capture a visual snapshot of the application's UI and compare them to baseline images. So, AI driven images analysis. Um, it identify and highlight visual differences including layout changes, color shifts, and text. So this is the particularly useful for detecting subtle UI issues that could impact user experience. So techniques and tools, visual AI algorithm. These algorithms can detect and categorize visual changes using techniques like pixel comparison, patterns recognitions, and conceptual analysis. So, with the help of the visual AI algorithm, we can do we can do pattern recognitions and pixel by pixel comparisons. And cross-browser and device testing. Tools like Apply tools I can perform visual testing across different browsers and devices, ensure that UI remains consistent and responsive across various environments. Smart comparisons. So AI tool can ignore minor changes and focus on significant visual changes. Visual tests. Benefits. So what is the what's benefits if we will use the visual testing? So AI driven visual testing can more accurate detect UI issues compared to the manual visual checks or basic automation script. So we so this is the very important and and it is very useful rather than manual and automated. So AI is the best if we are automating the AI functionality. So smart test case generation and visual testing powered by AI and machine learning offers significant advantages in modern software development. So by automating test cases creations based on the application uses patterns and code changes with the help of the visual comparison techniques. So these approach help us to ensure accuracy and efficiency of test cases. Designed for reusability and easy maintenance. So designing for usability and maintenance in testing. Test automation is very crucial for ensuring that test suites remain effective and manageable as application. So concept of modular script. So modular scripting involves breaking down test script into smaller and reusable components or modules. So each modules focus on a specific functionality or test cases, which can combine to form comprehensive test scenarios. So this can helpful to reduce redundancy, means duplicacy, simplify maintenance, and improve the overall efficiency of the test automation process. Implementation strategies. So we can implement strategies with the help of the functional libraries, POM, page object module, data-driven testing, and reusable test components. So we will discuss how we can implement strategies with the help of these strategies, like functional libraries. So to create libraries of reusable functions or methods for common operations such as login, navigating through the menus, URLs, or filling out forms like login forms, sign off forms. So these library can be called from various test scripts and reduce duplication. POM, page object model. So use the page object model design patterns to create a separate class for each page or components of the application. Each class encapsulate the functionality and implement of the page and allowing test scripts to integrate with the page through a well-defined interface. Data driven testing, so it also implement data driven testing to separate test data from test logic like username, password, and API keys. So these type of test data, it can separate from test logics. So this involves using external data sources like CSV files and database to drive the test cases, allowing us to test multiple scenarios with different inputs using the same test script. So in BDD, we will see how we can implement the data-driven testing in next slide. Reusable test components. So design test case as reusable components that can be composed together to create complex test scenarios. Like suppose a login module could be used across multiple test cases that required for authentication. So it it would be helpful for reusable test components. So there are many best practices like encapsulations, consistency, version control. So how encapsulate is a best practice. Like keep the implementation details hidden from the test scripts by encapsulate them within reusable modules or classes. Consistency. So use a consistent naming convention and design patterns across all the modules. Version control. So manage your module scripts and components using version control system like Git to track changes and collaborate effectively with team members. Maintainability concept concept of maintainability so refers to the ease with which test script can be updated, modified, and extend as the application involves. So what is the strategies uh, uh, mm, to review with the refactor test script to improve their structure and performance. Refactoring helps to eliminate redundant code, duplicate code, and fix bugs and incorporate best practices. So, how we can implement best practices in for maintainability? So, module design, consistent practices, and error handling. So, we will discuss how we can improve one by one. Module design. Follow a modular design approach to ensure that changes in one part of the test suits do not require any modification elsewhere. Consistent practices establish and enforce coding standard and practice for writing and maintaining test scripts. Error handling. Implement error handling and logging method, logging to diagnose and troubleshoot in issues quickly. Utilization of test data management. So how we can utilize test data management effectively. So it is very crucial for maintaining the accuracy and reliability of automation testing. So manage test data involves generate realistic data and ensure consistency and clean up the test environments. So here we will discuss in detailed data generation. So concept of data generation. Data generation involves creating data that is realistic and representative of actual use cases. This can be achieved using tools, script, or techniques designed to produce data that mimics real world scenarios. Implementation strategies. Uh, how we can implement the strategies of test data management. So first of all, we have to select the test data generation tool. So we utilize tools specifically designed for generating test data. For example, like an online tool for generating mock data in various formats. Impl- and implementation strategies. We can In implementation strategies we can write a script to generate test data to specify specific needs. For example, you might use Python, JavaScript, or any other language to create data that fits particular scenarios. Data mask and data masking. Yeah. User technologies techniques to create data that resembles the real data while protect sensitive informations. Like you are using data mask tool which help to protect data for use in testing. Is speed data. Implement implement data for consistent initial state. This involves setting up a known set of data that is used as a baseline for tests. Best best practice of data generation is coverage and integration. So how coverage will work? So we have to create a diverse set of data to cover different aspects of the applications, like various user inputs, data formats, and boundary conditions. Integration integration which integrate data generation into the CI/CD pipelines to automate the creation of test data as part of the building and deployment process. Data cleanup. So what is the data cleanup? So data cleanup involves strategies for resettings or cleaning test data to ensure that the test environments remain consistent and isolated between test runs. Implementations strategies. So test environment reset. uh, Configure your test environments to be reset to a known state before each test run, which involves a database reset, uh, infrastructure of code, and data cleanup script. Best practices of data cleanup is isolation, consistency, and automated cleanup. So generation and data cleanup are very aspect of effective test data management by using tools and script to generate realistic data. We ensure that our tests are relevant and reliable. Leveraging test analytics for insightful evaluations. So monitoring and tracking matrices like test execution time. So measure the time taken to execute individual test suits or complete test cycles. Pass and fail rates. Track the percentage of tests that pass versus those that fail. So how many pass and how many fail you can track and monitor easily. uh, Test coverage, so measure the proportional of the application's code base of functionality covered by the tests. Defect density, so calculate the number of the defect detected per unit of code or functionality. Test flakiness, to track the frequency of test failures that are not due to defect but due to test stability. Identify and analysis testing trends. So analysis analysis trends use collected matrices to identify the patterns such as the consistency fail or failure and passing the while when you will execute the test cases. Area of enhancements. So use trends analysis to identify areas where test process or test suits quality can be enhanced. Implementation strategies. So they use data dashboard and visualization tools like Grafana, Kibana to present test matrices and trends in an easy format. Where's the behavior data deployment, the BDD, why we have to use and what is uh, the can and how BDD can be treated as our strategies for success. So, BDD is a testing approach that enhance collaboration between developers, testers, and stakeholders by focusing on the behavior of the application from end user perspective. So, BDD is a very easy language, so anyone can understand, and basically it very helpful for the stakeholders to understand and the test cases which written in Gherkin syntax like given, when, and then. So, Gherkin is a domain-specific language which used in BDD to write test scenarios in a readable and understandable format. So, what is the structure of working syntax? Features in features describe the functionality of the application or being tested. Scenarios define the example how to features should behave in a particular situation. Given steps to initiate or precondition of for the scenarios. When specify the actions or events that triggers the behavior being tested, then describe the expected outcomes or result of the action, and but used to additional conditions or steps to given when and then. So, for example, here is the one example, like in given condition, we can define as the user is on the login page, and in when we will define the user enters the valid condition and clicks the login button, then the user should be redirected to the home page. So benefits of the Gherkin syntax. So it is a clear and understand format for describing application behavior, collaboration, and automation. Uh, uh, Automation Gherkin scenarios can directly link to the automation test script using BDD tools like Cucumber. How BDD can be treated as a strategy for success. So, the, it involves all relevant stakeholders, including business analysts, product owners, and users in defining and writing working scenarios. These ensure that requirement are accurate and aligned with the business requirement. So, uh, this is the very helpful for the stakeholders and product owner. Prioritizing optimization for test efficiency. So, Performance testing. So performance testing turning involves optimizing automated testers to reduce their execution time and resources. So how we can implement this? So we can implement with the help of the test parallelizations and test optimizations and test data management. Achieving comprehensive test coverages. So achieving it involves thoroughly assigning and addressing all essential aspects of our application to ensure it meets requirement and perform as expected. So how to ensure robust test coverage analysis with the help of the measure code coverage, review test cases, and continuous improvement. End-to-end testing. So, what is the end-to-end testing, and when to automate the testing, monitor and maintain, and test maintenance. Do you have any questions, so you can ask? Anyone? Okay, then in future you have to any questions, so you can reach out to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sonia, for delivering the session today, and thank you everyone for joining. Have a great day.
Thank you.